Hey family, welcome back to another episode of W.H.O.L.E. Glad you're here with me on today. We're going to do a little chatting on today. Not going to hold you too long, I don't think. But want to just tell you thank you for being here. It's another Thursday. I'm dropping another video on ohtobewhole with Camille Young. That's me. So glad you're here. To all of my holy rollers, hello, how are you? Are you enjoying your summer? I sure do hope so. All of my new viewers, first time viewers, or if this may be your second or third time viewing the ohtobewhole channel, I hope that you are subscribing, you're liking and you're sharing and even putting your comments down in the comment section. But thank you so much for joining me on today. Again, if you would like some type of coaching support, please reach out to me at ohtobewhole@gmail.com. All right, let's get to it on today. You know, I was having a conversation with someone not too long ago. I think it was about a week and a half ago, and I was contemplating some things, and I found myself overthinking it. You know, and that's an area where I have been working on. It's been a challenge for me to, just not so much about being decisive about things, but not understanding what is on the other side of my decision. Not if I don't understand or not knowing, the not knowing part of the other side of my decision that I will make. And I don't know if some of you have ever been there before, where it's like you're at a crossroads, or you're at a place where you're having to make a decision about something. It could be it doesn't have to necessarily be life altering, but just a decision that you have to make, and you know that you have to make it. But who wants to make the wrong decision? Who wants to make a mistake in a decision when it could, and depending on what the decision is, where it could alter your life? And so I found myself, questioning myself, asking people different things, different questions, their suggestions. And it just got to a point where I just knew I was overthinking, the decision that I was making. And it really made me reflect and say, Camille, you're being a worry wart. I had to look at me. I had to say, you're worrying. That really is what it comes down to, that you're being a worrier, and you're really not, you're not trusting. You're not walking in faith, and I know that I try to pray about things and all of that. And sometimes the answer isn't always as clear or pristine as you would want it to be. But sometimes you have to go ahead and make a decision. Again, don't make a decision in haste. So I am not advocating or promoting you making any type of decision in haste. However, don't overthink it, which is the title. I think I forgot to say what the title of this lesson would be today is quit overthinking things. And I'm only saying it like this because I'm guilty of it myself. Just thinking too much, too long. I know in a card game that I play ever so often, spades. I know some of you are some real spades folks. But when you're playing cards and you may be talking smack to somebody, you'll say, think long, think wrong. And that could actually be the case. Sometimes you do have to go with your initial thought on a decision. I know there have been many instances, on stuff that's not necessarily life-changing, but, where somebody will ask you a question and your first thought is to say whatever you're going to say. But then that second thought says, nah, you should say this, and nah, you should say that. Then you start guessing and overthinking it. And then when you give the answer, which was not your initial answer, and you find out what the correct answer is, it was your initial answer, but you overthought it. I definitely have done that several times where I had the right answer. And I second guessed myself and went with another answer. And that answer ended up being the wrong one, even on like tests. That's why they always say, when you're taking your test or whatever, go with your first answer. Don't go back and do too much erasing unless you're sure you made an error. Don't go back and change your answer, because usually that first answer is the correct one. But again, it's nothing wrong. Again, I'm not saying that you should not contemplate decisions. I'm not saying that. Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, when you begin to rethink and overthink things, then that's when you end up making a bad decision. And in some situations, when you take so long to make a decision, you may miss out on an opportunity. And that's not something you want to do either. Go back and listen to my video that talks about the W.H.O.L.E, talking about optimize every opportunity that's for you. You don't want to overthink things, and then you end up missing out on an opportunity that was for you because you took too long to think. And again, you're not being hasty, but somebody may ask you to do something and they may need an answer for you to host something for them, or for you to, whatever the request may be that is in your ability to do. It may be in your ability to do. But don't take so long and overthink, well, what if this happened? Well, what if that happened? Well, what if I don't do this? And what if I do this? And sometimes you just have to do it. Sometimes you have to do it, or if it's causing you that much stress and distress, don't do it. Just don't do it. And I hope you don't regret it later, because I know I've definitely rejected some things that I should have acted on and ended up regretting it later. And been like, man, I should have done that when I thought about it, or ooh, when it was brought to my attention, I should have done it right then. I know a couple people, include me, missed out on some investments that I overthinking it. Said, nah, I ain't gonna do that because it may not do this, I might lose my money. And I ended up being the one missing out, So you definitely don't want to overthink things to the point where you're feeling stressed out. You're becoming a worry wart. You don't want to do that, because that's not even how God wants us to be anyway. God is not an author of confusion. Who's the author of confusion? That's right. Satan, the devil, the adversary. So if it's causing you that much confusion, it's a good chance you probably don't even want to do it. Or you really need to step back and look at yourself and say, hey, what's causing me to have all of this trepidation about making a decision? What is it that's causing me to, not be able to be decisive in a decision that I need to make? What is it about me where I overthink everything? Is there some fear going on in me that I need to deal with? Is there some insecurity that I need to deal with? Is there some self-doubt or self-confidence that I need to work on so that I won't be like this and think like this? Overthinking. That's not a healthy way to live and a healthy way to be, because you'll always be presented with opportunities. And you want to be able to maximize your opportunities when they, are presented to you. And if you are living in a place of fear, if you're living in a place of low self-confidence, where you're constantly second guessing your abilities and your talents and your gifts, all of those things, that's not good. There is work yet to be done. And I'm not saying it doesn't happen from time to time, but if you begin to see a pattern in your life where you're always overthinking things, there is some work that is left to be done in an area in your life. And you really need to evaluate and re-examine yourself to see where that work needs to be done. And reel it on back a little bit. Admit that, hey, I'm dealing with some fear here. And there is some fear in the unknown, but you cannot be halted. You cannot be stunted or retarded in your growth because you're not sure what may happen. It could be great. The other side of the unknown. It could be something massive and awesome, but you'll never know if you're constantly overthinking and doubting yourself. So I really just wanted to encourage you on today, because I had to do some self-reflection and really, question myself. Why are you overthinking this? You really just need to make a decision about what you're going to do. And I just want to encourage you, if there's a place in your life where you're overthinking it because you're not sure if the finances are going to be right, you're not sure if you'll like it, you're not sure if you're good enough at it, don't overthink it. Sometimes you have to take a leap of faith. As I've said before, don't be foolish with it, but and you want to count up the cost. Yes, you have to count up every cost and make plans, but some things don't take all day and all week or a whole year to do. Some decisions, you don't have that time frame. You don't have that kind of time to make a decision. So it's important that you don't overthink things, okay? Don't overthink it, all right? Don't overthink it. Don't become a worry wart because, you're not sure, you're insecure, you're self-doubting. We don't want that. We don't want that, okay? Because here at O.H.O.Be.Whole, what is our aim? To be whole, okay? We want to welcome growth. We want to heal from our trauma. We want to optimize every opportunity. We want to love ourselves and lean into our gifts, talents, and passions. And we want to have an eternal perspective. That's how we become whole. And that's what we're striving to do on this channel. So I really hope this was an encouragement to you. I wanted to come in and share with you like something that was truly happening with me that I thought would be a blessing to you. So jump on out there sometimes. Take that little leap of faith and quit overthinking it. Quit overthinking it. Just do it like Nike says. Just do it, okay? Thank you so much for joining me today for another episode of O.H.O.Be.Whole. I hope that this blessed you. And I hope, really, if this is not for you, share it with someone else. Share it. And if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Hit the little notification button as well. Which is that thumbs up button. Share and comment in the comment section, okay? Thank you so much for being here. And until next time, God bless.